Articulation Radio. Articulation. And salutations. Welcome to another exciting episode of Articulation Radio. I am your hostess, the eternally grateful Goddess Sage. You know how we do things here at Articulation Radio. We will kick off the top of the day's episode by taking a quick glance at the news headlines. And today's news segment is sponsored by bepublished.org.
These are three of the news headlines and events I saw today, Friday, February 5th, 2021, when visiting EliteValuesNews.com. Free meals for children and families with children under 19 are available at 2 p.m. today at the Douglas Branch Public Library in Chicago, Illinois. The Chili Cook-Off 2021 takes place at 2 p.m. today at ABC Mississippi in Pearl, Mississippi. And the Share the Love food drive at the Prado Sandy Springs continues today through Valentine's Day in Atlanta, Georgia. Those are three of the news headlines and events I saw when visiting EliteValuesNews.com on your behalf. I am Joaquin Mann, reporting live and encouraging you to check out the headlines every hour on the hour because so much happens in this world and we make it a point to keep you abreast of as much as possible. Check us out right now.
Looking to get the latest news? Visit Elite Values. EliteValuesNews.com has all the latest news and information. Check out the headlines daily. EliteValuesNews.com for all of your latest news.
Do you want to be published? Are you looking for a high-quality, low-cost way to be published with a fast turnaround? Visit bepublished.org to publish today. www.bepublished.org. bepublished.org. Publish today. Books, movies, and music.
Listeners, we love you, we hear you, and I am definitely glad to be here with you today on another fresh episode of Articulation Radio. And on today's episode, we have for you not only some great music from indie artists, we also have a topic in store, as well as some conversation. We're going to have an interview with a doer, with a move maker, and as you already know, somebody that you may or may not already know about. So maybe in addition to giving you some new music, I can also give you a new person, as well as a new product or a new service. I'm not going to tell you what, but, well, not yet. I'll tell you after I play a couple of songs. Let's roll with one now.
But here you are with the dawn. I wish I'd forget you, but you're here to stay. It seems I met you when my love went away. Now every day I start by saying to you, good morning, heartache, what is new? Stop haunting me now. 'Cause I can't shake you, know how. Just leave me alone. I've got those Monday blues straight through Sunday blues. Good morning, heartache. Here we go again, again. Good morning, heartache. You're the one who knew me well. Might as well get used to you hanging around. Never. So good morning, heartache. Do sit down. Have tea with me, but do go, please.
ArtistReview.com. All artists need a platform. The Artist Review makes sure you have the one you need to put your work in front of your fans. ArtistReview.com. Artist, REVUE.com.
Whispering in his ear, my magic potion for love, telling him I'm sincere, and that there's nothing too good for us. And I just got to be me.
don't want none of you. So I just gotta be free.
Feeling you close to me makes all my senses smile. Let's not waste ecstasy, 'cause I'll only be here for a while. But I just got to be free, and I just got to be
PeopleWarmer.com. Book your travel today. PeopleWarmer.com for wherever you want to stay. PeopleWarmer.com, wherever you want to play.
You have a product? Let them help you increase sales. You have a video? Let them help you make it go viral. PeopleWarmers.com. PeopleWarmers.com.
Today's episode of Articulation Radio, which is titled Fortifying a Nation Under God, was kicked off with a song by yours truly. That was Good Morning Heartache by Goddess Sage. And following that, you heard Free by Gaviana. Now, before I play For Sure by Ray and Ray featuring Revel Day, let me just mention real quick, and it's going to be real short, and then, of course, I'll be sure to give you a tidbit about who I'll be introducing. But people, as we already know, in order to fortify a nation under God, or to fortify this earth's people, period, wherever they are, under God, that means that you have to be sure to set security measures in place, preventive measures in place. And so in order to fortify a nation under God, you have to be sure that, number one, you have the understanding that God is the ultimate ruler of the nation, and be a willful follower of what you know are the laws of God, not only for a nation, but also for you as an individual. And of course, to fortify that divine lifestyle, that holy following, so to say, then naturally you'll want to put certain measures in place to not only prevent you from going down a path or resuming an old path that you had gotten off of, but it'll not only prevent you from going down a path that you don't want to be on, but it'll also keep you safe and keep you from allowing things from the outside to be able to infiltrate and harm you or change your world or alter your path. And so, no matter what it is that's going on in your life, and, what choices you make, or even how you decide to set up things around you and engage with people around you, always make sure that you protect your heart, you do what's right, and you make sure that you do what you need to do, and do it correctly the first time around. Make sure that you're honest and make sure you're authentic, because if for no other reason than the fact you want to know that you honestly represented who you are, what you stand for, and of course you took a stand when it was needed. But in all things, always make sure that you fortify yourself, fortify the nation under God, fortify you, the church under God. Put up those security measures in place and put up preventive measures to assure that you won't be able to come under attack or harm. In other words, as the word says, set up your foundation so that when the devil's mighty storm comes, it shall not be able to rock you, okay? You don't want to be able to be shaken, baby, so definitely make sure you're not able to be thrown off your square and, having your foundation shattered and, even having it to where you end up being uprooted. But at any rate, people, I do have for you a special treat. We'll be interviewing Mr. Pertis Williams. And as you may recall, he is the operator, owner, and creator of Project Humanity, Uniting America. And of course, Mr. Pertis Williams was on maybe about a year or two ago, promoting Uniting America, the Project Humanity. But of course, people, we will be talking to him today, kind of plucking his brain a bit about ways to fortify a nation under God. And of course, mainly this nation, by focusing on social unity, physical healing, spiritual enrichment, as well as political involvement. So stay tuned, okay?
You are listening to Articulation Radio. Head on over to articulationmedia.club and let us know your thoughts.
Phone lines are open right now at Articulation Radio. Call 312-899-6237. That's 312-899-6237.
Want to buy stocks, jewels, real estate, or other high-end items? Would you love to be able to contribute to charitable initiatives but cannot do these things with the money you currently have? Join Regal City Investment and Social Club, where you can pool money each month with other investors to make major purchases, give to the needy, and possibly turn a profit. www.regalcity.xyz. Become a Regal citizen today by joining Regal City Investment and Social Club. regalcity.xyz.
There is trouble, it's hard to confide. You move my world round every time. Sprint you magic in, you belong with the fairies. No matter what I say, it's black or white, not gray. Gotta stay loose when next to you, for sure, or else you get bruised. There's no pick and choose, for sure. You set the weather, every cloud, every rain. You're above and beyond. Oh, every tune is your song. Doesn't matter what I say, there is no other way. Gotta stay loose when next to you, for sure, or else you get bruised. There's no pick and choose, for sure. Oh, don't shift, don't change, keep driving me crazy. Easy
you're looking for ghost writers, grant writers, technical writers, any kind of writers, go to the Writers Consortium. Their website is maryjefferson.us, MaryJefferson.us, the Writers Consortium, for all of your writing needs, proposals, grants, academic papers, whatever it is you dream of, ghostwriting. The Writers Consortium can help you achieve your goals.
Articulation Radio is delighted to welcome back onto our show. We have Mr. Pertis Williams representing Project Humanity, and we're going to be sure to get some of that good sage advice from him. And of course, yes, God is Sage is all about getting that sage advice and sharing it with you. And we're going to make sure that Mr. Williams has a chance to go ahead and give you a few tips in about 4 different areas there. But first of all, Mr. Williams, how are you doing today?
I am doing great, pretty much like everybody else, laughing and crying, depending on what minute of the day it is. Got to deal with these emotions in 2021. But, hey, life is worth living, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yes, sir, it is. And let's dive right on into 4 different ways that people can make sure that they optimize their living. And, of course, because we want to be sure to fortify this great nation that we have, and we have our new president, Biden. Joe Biden installed, the former vice president under Barack Obama's administration, those 8 years, and now we have Joe Biden and Kamala Harris that are heading up the country now, post the inauguration on January 20th, 2021. But my first question to you, what tips do you have for not only Americans, but I'll just say people, period? And all my questions, I'll try to phrase them with a global perspective instead of just a national one. But what tips do you offer humanity on behalf of Project Humanity to boost social unity?
Well, one of the things, and thank you for asking such a great question. It's a lot of levels to that one. However, one of the tips I would like to offer people first is we need to take care of each other. It's been a real big deal for me lately to see this individual mentality that we have kind of be our weakness right now. We're so concerned about ourselves that we're not looking out for one another. And that disturbs me. So I think one of the things I would like for humanity to really take a look at is, are we sharing information that we have that is beneficial to us and our families with other people and their families? That's a big deal. We're not doing that. We're keeping secrets, keeping information. And one of the things I hear a lot is a person will say, well, they already know that. And what I'm finding is when I talk to people, they don't already know that. They are thankful.
With you, I've had to learn that too. Like, people don't know what you think they know, just like you don't know what they probably think you know. It's like we're people. Yes, and yes, go ahead.
No, you're exactly right. It's something I had to learn. I was for a long time I was scared to give information to people thinking they already know. You assume everybody's already smart enough to know things. But when you actually talk to people, you'll find out that you may have a lot of information that is very valuable to that person standing beside you, who you're too busy to talk to because you're looking at your cell phone. We need to get back to the village mentality. We cannot survive individualistic. We can't.
Yeah.
And something I was thinking about today, Dr. Jefferson, I'm sorry, but it just jumped in my head. I was like, herd mentality. And you remember everybody talking about getting the herd immunity, right? Well, why don't we get a herd mentality where we take care of everyone? if they separate us and they divide us, that's when they pick us off one at a time, just like in the jungle. And that's what we've become, is divided and conquered people.
Yes, and thus people do implement these tips that he's already shared with you. And like he explained, this is just the beginning. This is just because there's so many levels to social unity. But the very first step, you have to quit being so individualistic in your thinking. You know, the next step, quit assuming people know things. Third step, be willing to share that information with people. And the fourth step, be willing to get involved and to build your community, build those relationships and maintain them, because he's right. You know, we all do need each other. And now my next question to you, Mr. Williams, is physical healing. I know that you have recently, through various means, have been sharing with people different things that they can do during this pandemic to stay their safest. You all also have masks out for Project Humanity. You all have even gone through and you have different T-shirts out, as well as you all still have the Uniting America Project T-shirts and things like that.
It'll be in the mail tomorrow.
What tips? Because I know there's a special tea that I would love for you. But in addition to that, what tips do you give people for physical healing during this time?
And just thank you for mentioning the T-shirts and everything. Yours will be in the mail tomorrow. Promise. Text me your size again.
Definitely appreciates that. Thank you. But yes,
Send you
let
that new
them know
design.
about your tea. Give them the recipe for your tea and all of that good stuff, and give them other tips you have for physical healing.
It's a ginger and lemon tea my cousin brought to my attention back in July. He was telling me how he had been using this tea to help a lot of people with COVID. And, of course, first hearing him, your mind says, man, you don't know what you're talking about. But my spirit was like, he's onto something, because everything he said kind of touched me. He said, get some ginger, get some lemon, some cayenne pepper, and some honey. And it was almost like my spirit said, that's going to work. And then he said that you don't have to put the cayenne in, but if the person has the chills, that'll bring the chills off them. And he said the honey was for the sweetness, but he kept pressing the ginger and the lemon. So I said, cuz, prove it to me. And he said, I'm taking some to our cousin, another cousin right now. And sure enough, he found me a week later, and he said he apologized for, taking so long, but she had been back to work 3 days ago. And I'm like, wait, what? We have people dying in the hospital, and you getting them out the bed in a week? He's like 2-3 days. So, yes, that ginger and lemon tea, my sister, my another cousin after that. I just finished with a cousin who is a nurse, by the way, who ended up getting it. We took her to tea. She's up and at it again. They don't want you to call it a cure because it doesn't cost a lot of money. But I'm going to call it God's cure because it's curing people from COVID.
And tell them that recipe again real quick.
That is ginger root, lemon, cayenne, and honey. And the cayenne is optional if you have the shivers. But on a daily basis, I just drink, and my mother and everybody else around here, we just make the ginger and lemon tea and add a little honey to it sometimes. And we drink that to prevent COVID also. And no one I know drinking it is sick.
Very good. And, of course, for those people who are like, I'm ready for that next level. I want to, get more politically involved. I want to be more spiritually enlightened. What tips would you give those particular people who are now ready to, I would say, journey on the path of being a fully engaged and under construction individual?
Be ready for excitement. is what I would tell you.
Yeah.
I think that it's one of the most exciting things you'll go through emotionally. I think Will Smith said something that I always remember. It was, if you're comfortable, then you're not growing. And it took me a long time to understand what he meant. But if you get used to doing something over and over again, you're now a robot doing it. And that's comfort. If you're not learning something new daily, weekly, once you master something, you need to move on to something else. And that's where your challenge comes in, is that growing and learning. So even spiritually, if you're focused on one thing spiritually, and I'll say this because it's one of my statements. People ask me, what church do you go to? And I say, I go to all the churches, but no specific, because it's kind of like high school. I graduated. I don't go back. I visit sometimes because I know that stuff. So I'm learning new things daily. So I think that's what seeking is. So when you find something that you've never heard of, and you say, let me dive in and see what it's about, I think that somewhere along the way you'll find what God or universe or whatever you want to call your higher self, whatever. I don't try to give you the words. I call mine God, because that's easy for me. And when you seek, you'll find.
Yes.
And what you find, trust it, is what I have to say. Trust it, test it, put it to the test, make sure it's real, and be ready, because change is coming. Your comfort is finna go away. You're finna grow. And you cannot grow without climbing. Climbing is hard. So get to that next level. You'll smile when you get there, I guarantee you. But if you stay down here, it's crowded on the bottom.
And
That's
people, go ahead, be willing to put in that work. Yes.
Yeah.
And now, my
worth
next to the last question to you. For those people who want to get involved with Project Humanity and want to assist you with Uniting America, what steps do they need to take? Tell them your website and let them know your Facebook page and any other social media. What are the ways they can reach out to you?
Okay, we're at UAP. That's like Umbrella, Apple, Pam, HM, like Harry, Mary. That's terrible to say it like that, but .com. So UAPHM.com. And right now, Project Humanity is so focused on doing something safe and that's going to work. And I'll just tell you, my spiritual guidance from doing this is just saying, be still is the best way to do it. And trying to get people to get involved is just spread that message. We need to unite and say no to what's going on. Just say no. I'm not going to participate in this wrongness anymore. So participation is sharing the messages from the Instagram at Project_Humanity, and that's humanity with a HUE, manatee. Facebook page is the same, Project Humanity, and you can also find Uniting America. I think that's going to merge with Project Humanity shortly, because there are a lot of Uniting Americas out there, and we are Project Humanity worldwide. Philippines is hollering at me too right now. So, yeah, we are trying to get people to just say no. Easy, no marching, no fighting, no tear gas. Just say no.
Just stand up against wrongdoing people and spread the messages of unity.
Yeah.
And, of course, and again, their website is of course, I would say it's like the acronym for Uniting America Project Humanity. So it's
That's it.
Yeah. And so, of course, and so put in the acronym for that, like UAPHN. Tell them again.
UAPHM.com. We're .com.
.com. I'm sorry. So say that website again.
UAPHM.com.
Yes, people, like
UAPHM.com. UAPHM.com. You can sing it out and yell it.
Yes, like Uniting America Project Humanity.com. Go ahead and put that up, people. So yes, be sure to spread the word, stand up against wrongdoing, and show support, not only for what he's doing and the messages that he's saying, but also for other people that are out there doing the great work and are trying to make sure that, I would say, goodness has its army that is out and rallying just like we see that evil does as well. So people, go ahead, get involved, spread the word, share unity, share messages of hope and love, and be there for each other, and make it a point to get involved, okay? Be sure to stay tuned.
And real
Thank
quick,
you so
can I
much,
get one
Ms.
thing,
Williams, for coming on.
Not a problem. And don't forget, on the website, you can also hit me up at GoFundMe. Also, we are definitely in need of donations from people to keep us going daily. So every dollar is appreciated. So again, GoFundMe is also going to be linked to the website. I have a new link coming tonight. We started the project over.
Oh, very good. And I'm guessing that you'll be sharing that on your Facebook page?
I will. I will.
Very good.
It'll
so
be on there
people
tonight also.
Heard it. You heard it. You want to know how to get involved, so there you go. Definitely spread the good news, as well as get involved and stand up for right, and make sure, stand up for right, goodness, and against wrongdoing, as well as, of course, go ahead and support them. Go ahead and send over those dollars, because every bit helps. Every bit helps. Look out for that GoFundMe link and make sure that you click on it and make a donation, as well as share it with your friends. Tell them to do the same.
Definitely.
All right. Now, Mr. Williams, what is there that you've not had a chance to say that you would like to say to the listeners of Articulation Radio?
I think if there's one message I would like to tell everybody, is try. No, don't try. Do. Love one another. Love one another. And something I'm learning is actually think for a second that person needs you. And that's why they're behaving the way they are. And maybe they're ill, maybe they're spiritually disconnected, but don't always think they're a bad person, because a lot of times we are just having bad days and we're not bad people. So just like you want somebody to cut you some slack, cut them some slack too. Let's remember that we are a one country, that we need to start acting like we're one family. That's how we need to behave. So start loving a little bit more. And if you see a frown, ask them, hey, how you doing? Anything I can do to help you? Let's try that for a little while. And greet people with smiles. So that's what I'd like to tell everybody. Show a little love. And everything doesn't have to always be about getting something back. Sometimes let God pay you.
Yes, exactly, people, exactly.
Yeah.
Mr. Williams, thank you again so much for coming on to Articulation Radio. We wish you continued success with. You are welcomed. We wish you continued success with all you do. And people, again, I encourage you, head on over to the website, as well as you make sure you follow up on the Facebook page and on the Twitter. Be sure to stay involved. Be sure to look out for those special posts, and definitely to go ahead and show a little financial support as well. Okay, people? Be sure to stay tuned. We have some more music coming for you.
Have you always wanted to start a business but can't seem to get it off the ground? Need help building a website? Contact The Conglomerate, 972-880-8316, or visit theconglomerate.work, 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 972-880-8316. Start your new business today.
Here is Getting Hot in Here 3 by Anders Bothen.
you frequently shop online and you're looking for a new place to shop? Join the club, JeffersonTaylor.club, where models, designers, inventors, and other creators offer customers the best products at fair prices. Jefferson Taylor, JeffersonTaylor.club. Join the club. Shop today, JeffersonTaylor.club.
Articulation Radio, thanks you so much for listening. So head on over right now to articulationmedia.club and let us know your thoughts on today's episode. In the meantime, we're going to keep the show rolling for you.
Would you like a motivational speaker to come to your company or organization to speak to your group? Visit lifespurposeministries.com. That's lifespurposeministries.com.
3,
That was Mr. Magic by Erica Johnson. Up next is Wait a Minute by Snake City.
Weddings are expensive, but your love is worth it. Go to marryusnow.us to book the Minister of Love to officiate your wedding today. The fee is only $200 if your wedding is in the city of Chicago, And there's only a small fee to get the Minister of Love to travel outside of Chicago to your wedding location. Book the Minister of Love today. Visit marryusnow.us. That's marryusnow.us.
I've been thinking about the good times. I've been sleeping through the long nights. I've been shining in the sunlight. I've been thinking how I'm alright. There's a reason for my feelings. There's a reason why I'm healing. Yeah, I feel higher than the ceiling. All because of you. You and I are so sweet, so sweet. Talking till we asleep, asleep. Every night I fall deep but love, yeah. Cause you really get me. Make me fall to my knees. Every night I fall deep but love. Yeah, wait a minute. Don't you leave me before I get to kiss ya. Wait a minute, I don't wanna be without you. Yeah, wait a minute. I can let you go before I kiss ya. Wait a minute, I just need a minute or two. I should catch up on my reading. I should catch up on my eating. Yeah, but it's hard to keep a thought straight with you all up in my face. Try to get you out my mind, but why should I when you're all I really like? Yeah, I feel higher than a mountain, all because of you. You and I were so sweet, so sweet. Talking till we asleep. Every night I fall deep but love, yeah. Cause you really get me. Make me fall to my knees. Every night I fall deep but love. Wait a minute. Don't you leave me before I get to kiss you. Wait a minute, I don't wanna be without you. Yeah, wait a minute. I can let you go before I kiss you. Wait a minute, I just need a minute or two. Minute with you is all I want. Minute with you is all I want. Minute with you, said a minute with you, said a minute with you is all I want. Minute with you is all I want. Minute with you is all I want. Minute with you, said a minute with you, said a minute with you is all I
Why does it have to be? All good things must come to an end, and this is the end of this great episode of Articulation Radio, hosted by yours truly, Goddess Sage. I encourage you to not be a forgetful listener, to apply the wisdom that you've received today and take action and assist the cause that you heard about on today's episode, as well as be sure that you take action in your own life on fulfilling not only your own dreams, but also helping improve the lives of the people that you know. And as we always say here when we close out the day's episode, the staff here at Articulation Radio loves you. We thank you. We look forward to seeing you, talking to you, playing your music on an upcoming episode, as well as running your ad for your business or product on an upcoming episode of Articulation Radio. So be sure to head on over to articulationmedia.club right now. Re-listen to this episode, as well as listen to past episodes, and make sure that your ad is played and your songs are spun. In the meantime, you keep being a doer, keep being a move maker, and keep making things pop, baby. Articulation. Articulation.